Peace and love, everyone. Hi, Elizabeth and Susie. I had to get my eye over there. Hi, you guys. Thanks for being here live this morning. I sure appreciate it. And welcome to everybody who joins us for this morning or evening or afternoon, whenever you happen to grab this meditation time. In group meditation, the deeper one of us goes, the more energy is possible to transfer between us. The divine is always present in each of us and communicates between us. And in what in a meditation group, everyone who gathers together has a greater possibility of a deeper meditation because of the group energy. So thanks for being here, whether it's live or recorded. Doesn't matter, works both ways. So today, here's a quote from Rumi, my favorite. Mysticism is not a departure from reason, but transcending it. So, what is mysticism? Mysticism is a spiritual and experiential practice. It's something that happens to you in addition to practice, focused on achieving a direct, personal connection with the divine, ultimate reality, a higher state of consciousness. This connection is often described as a union or communion with a transcendent reality. Transcends, and in a mystical experience, the transcendent becomes immanent, becomes present to us. And it goes way beyond intellectual understanding and ordinary experiences. And it leaves a person transformed, spiritually transformative experience on jet fuel. Characteristics of mysticism include personal experience. That's where it's at. Central to mysticism is its emphasis on personal spiritual experiences, often described as encounters with union or communions with the divine, the ultimate reality. And these are deeply subjective and personal experiences. No two are alike because no person is like another person, but they are subjective, so they can't be proven. They happen inside of you, or you are taken outside of yourself. They're subjective. It's so hard to find an experience it's impossible to find an experience that's not subjective. In mysticism, it just doesn't happen. Transcendence. Mysticism involves transcending the normal boundaries of self and experiencing this greater unity with the larger reality. And it can happen right here. You can have a mystical experience where you feel one with the plants and the trees. Or you can have a mystical experience where you are taken from yourself and have a direct experience of angelic light or the presence of the divine stripped of self. This involves going beyond language. This is far beyond language, thought, and ego. Ineffability, when I talk about this all the time, I talk about the fact that you can't talk about it. Mysticism, mystical experiences, they're ineffable. They're unspeakable, meaning that they're impossible to describe in ordinary language because they transcend normal sensory and cognitive experiences. So they have to be spoken of in symbol, metaphor, myth, simile. We find this all through the literature all around the world. Altered states of consciousness. Mystics often attain or experience altered states of consciousness through meditation, prayer, fasting, other kinds of spiritual disciplines. These states are believed to facilitate encounters with the ultimate reality. Now, I don't believe it. Other people who don't experience it believe that those things happen. For me, and for those of us who've had mystical experience, it's not a matter of belief. It's a matter of knowing, but not knowing like knowledge, like language, but knowing like heart, like understanding, like wisdom. And this can happen through practice, and this can happen through being zapped by grace unexpectedly. As I had a conversation with two people in the past couple of weeks who they're not particularly spiritual people, but God zapped them. And now they have a mystical experience, and their reason capacity, their understanding of themselves, they're trying to figure this out. What was this thing? And how have I changed? transformation. It always comes with transformation. Mystical experiences profoundly transform the individual's perspective. It makes you see the world differently. It changes behavior and the understanding of life. This transformation, it's characterized by a deeper sense of connection with the divine, others, and the universe. And it has pluses and minuses. It, when one becomes less attached to the world, that changes one's relationship with everything in it. And so it can be an experience of being somewhat separate, even though one is connected to all things. It's full of profound paradoxes. And diverse traditions all over the world. Mysticism is found in various forms, including Christianity, Judaism, Islam, Sufism in particular, Hinduism, Buddhism, Zoroastrianism, Baha'ism. Each one of these has their own characteristics and practices, but they all share a common result, this transformational effect of an encounter with the profound reality, capital P, capital R, the divine itself, in one form or another. Integration with reason and emotion. Now, integration is the big problem here. You have this experience, you have this transcendence happen to you, and now what do you do with it? Well, we run it through our reason and our emotions, because what else do we have in order to try to figure out how to live with it? While mysticism emphasizes this experience of the beyond the rational mind, it's trans-rational. Many mystical traditions also value the integration of reason and emotion in the spiritual journey, because you're a reasoning, emotional person. And so it gets filtered through the body. And that doesn't just mean the physical body, it includes the capacity for thinking and the feelings of our emotions. Mysticism, it's about seeking and finding and experiencing a direct personal connection with this greater reality, capital G, capital R, that transcends the usual, the normal, the accepted boundaries of human experience. And because it's subjective, unless you've had it, it's impossible to understand. Not much to be done about that. And mysticism, it has little or nothing to do with belief. It's not about belief. It strips away belief. It leaves one with a transformed mind and a transformed relationship to the divine and with the world around us. But most importantly, from my point of view, it reminds me, it tells me, it shows me my own eternal nature, my own higher consciousness that is enduring. And I have begun, I do for decades identify with my higher self. I don't choose to identify. I don't identify as a higher being, my higher consciousness. It's not a choice. It's an experience where that becomes the dominant self-understanding. And with that comes the recognition and understanding of one's eternal nature. And then it shifts one's orientation in life, aiming toward the union and communion and less so toward the world, but not separate from the world, in the world. And because of the transformation, mystics have been known, and St. Nicholas is one of the best to talk about, because mystics have been known to live lives of charity. And charity is just another word for love, and love is another word for kindness, and kindness is another word for joy. In heaven, these things are one thing. And so seek it, find it, live it. Because the moment that you die, you'll see for yourself. You'll find out that it's beautiful beyond the capacity of human mind to grasp here. And just a little thimbleful of this will change your life and everything about it. and everyone around you, because you won't be the same person in the cog. You won't be the cog in the wheel anymore. You'll be different. That's my little talk this morning. I'll say hi to other folks who've shown up. Hey, Lynn, Kate. Oh, thanks for the Christmas cactus. It's a broken. Thanks you for noticing my Christmas cactus back there. It's actually, I broke the branch off the crazy thing. I've had the plant for 30 years, and I bumped it and I broke off the branch. So they're creepers. I don't know if you know this about them, but they grow on the ground and they've got these little rooted tentacles that will come out of the plant, and so you can root them pretty easily. So it's sitting in a vase of water over there. And thanks for noticing. I love it. I love this particular plant. I have for a long time. Roger, hey, the gospel says, whom the Son sets free is free indeed. That's what we're talking about. This is freedom. This is liberty. This is, well, I'll figure out another word. You tell me another word for the same thing. I appreciate that. That's true. Hey, Wendy in Vermont, you made it. I'm glad you're here. Hi, Kate. Hey, Wendy, I hope your sale went really well this past weekend. All right. Peace and love, everybody. So I was talking to one of our regular meditators here. Thanks for liking and subscribing. A couple of weeks ago, I talked about breathing into the heart and up to the third eye and making this connection here and working on different chakras, working on two chakras together. You can focus on one if you want to. You can breathe into here and down your spine into your navel. This is Christmas season for a lot of people. Yes, it's Christmas season for people who are Christians, and that's the dominant culture where I live. And so I'm going to add my heart to my meditation today because I want to bring more kindness and love to my own life, but also to the world around me. So I'm going to run this loop here. I'm going to go into my third eye, down, back to the very back of my head here, top of my spine, base of my skull, down my spine to my heart, and back up again. If you're just joining us for meditation practice, it's super simple. You have a chant, a prayer, very simple. The simpler, the better. Single word is best. Breathe it in, breathe it out. Follow your breath. When your mind wanders, come back to your prayer, your chant, and your breath together. And you may have one of those tiny moments of quietude. Don't grasp that. Just let it be. All right. Is that good enough, folk? Anybody else here you got to say hi to? All right. Power is out. Oh, your power's out. Well, may your power return. You have lots of power. All right. Sitting with my eyes closed. I think I'll grab my mask if I can find it. Cut down on the light a little bit today. Nope, not going to do that. All right. 3 ohms. Join me in a little bit of that. And then I'll lead you through a little bit. Breathing into your belly. Hold. Release back up your spine to your third eye, to your brow. Now from your third eye to your heart. Feel your chest. Feel your sternum. Feel your backbone. Release right back up to your third eye. Your anja. Repeat on your own. See you in 20 minutes. bring your breath down to your root. Hold and compress those pelvic muscles. Drive your mind up your spine to your heart. Connect your root and your heart. Repeat. Relax on the inhale. Compress the pelvic muscles. Drive your breath to your heart. Ride it right to your heart. Relax on the inhale. Now ride your spine up to your heart on the inhale. On the exhale, compress your pelvic floor. Bring your mind to your root. Compress all your air out. Inhale, riding up your spine to your heart. Repeat. Now relax and just follow your chant and breath. Peace and love, everyone. Hi, Oana. Contact me, Oana, if you want to speak about the UFO. Hello, Eric. Peace and love, everyone. Thank you for being here. See you soon.